Is it safe to say that they just Hollywoodized part of it?
Of course, but it's understood and known. You feel what I'm saying? It's understood and known. You know what I mean? It's just, it gets so animated of me telling you that depiction of that because he got grandchildren. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so you catching me of all my life of explaining to them. You feel what I'm saying? He has younger siblings. You feel what I'm saying? Our siblings that don't even know this entertainment world to understand, you know, Hollywood, you feel what I'm saying, the drasticness of it, you know what I'm saying, or the situation of, you know, he's just not here to tell his story, so we can't even look at it like that. Look at the bigger thing, it refurbished his career, things that you got to be more mature and understand to see her give off, but you know what I mean, the main thing is he has grandchildren. Right. You know what I mean?
My next thing is because how you had brought up, you know, the scene with Suge and everything. This was kind of hard for me to ask, but I'm going to ask because I know that there are people out there that have heard it.
Yeah.
Suge Knight one night was on Jimmy Kimmel show, and everything that I'm sharing once again is public knowledge. You can research it yourself. And he had said something along the lines of, and I'm not going to quote him, verse by verse, but he said, "Oh, today all you got to do is inject someone with AIDS." And he said that live on the Jimmy Kimmel show. And my thing, I remember when I first saw that, I said to myself, "Why in the hell would you say something like that for?"
Yeah. Stupidity, you feel what I'm saying? And it's nothing to talk on nobody, but at that time and point in his life and him saying that, and every instance of him saying that, because you're talking about a man that sometimes I've sat down with, you feel what I'm saying, and conversated with. But so me telling you this is stupidity, is calling this man stupid as this man is going through what he's going through now. Don't take that and run with it. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm a man, you feel what I'm saying? And I'm a man that's about love and what I higher believe in, what a belief of what I believe in. So I'm not going to talk about somebody when they're down and out, you feel what I'm saying? Or even point the finger at anybody when they're down and out. You feel what I'm saying? But at that point in time, that individual, stupid, you feel what I'm saying? Just talking retarded and reckless, because retarded and reckless, because how, like, what if that would have fell on, I know a few ears of that fell on, if it was any kind of realness. It's like you don't want to know how or what would happen. And then on my personal note, to where I would say is, he ain't had that much power. You feel what I'm saying? Not you yourself. You may be speaking on, you may ran your mouth and a little bit in doodle mouth and exposed to what possibly is a situation of the conspiracy of what, you know, his family will been living and thinking, you feel what I'm saying? Like something happened in that nature, you feel what I'm saying? We don't feel like it was that virus, you feel what I'm saying? We feel like it was more in tune to it. So yeah, I feel like you was a little doodle mouth and you put it out there, but you yourself, you ain't got enough power for that. You feel what I'm saying? You yourself, you feel what I mean? No, you probably been in alliance with it, or some of the money that let's be real, that Pops probably was fucking up on y'all. You know, that it go in this pocket instead of your pocket. You know what I mean? We know how that could get with individuals at any game that you play, any game that you in, a dope game, this game, that game, real life game. You saying you could be a millionaire, somebody's taking money for you and the other, and you feel it's drastically that you shortcut me. We know what that problem gets to. So therefore, there goes your documentary. You don't got to speak too much about it. Put that out there. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna lay that down to a real one, and I'll give you my real spit to it. So in that nature, yeah, you may have been in cahoots with the individuals that's messing up that pocket, if it was some funny stuff. But now you're the stupid one to sit here and even put that out, to sit here and even blast that out on their doing. You feel what I'm saying? So then what happens in the nature when individuals do that? You feel what I'm saying? When you fuck up the what you call the good old boys, you fucking with our Wu through that and the other, what happens to you? And I don't wish that on nobody.
Of course.
But what happens to you? You feel what I'm saying? We all come from the generation of what happens when you telling something you shouldn't be telling. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even if that was supposed to be underneath the rug for the rest of anybody and everybody's life, you feel what I'm saying? It's still stupid. Why? Because you have opened that Pandora's box to individuals, millions of people feeling that way. And then not only that, you fucking up your alliance that you feel was probably the only alliance that you had with anything to help you go, and then now look where we at. And again, this is not to talk about people. We just talking about real life. That life is real. That whole concept is what you give off, you get back. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And all that thinking that, oh, I'm a part of a cult or a union, and hey, we did that, or we just give a nigga a shot. We just give a whoop doop, and I'm just the ignorant nigga to sit there and say all that and up and buck my chest off and say we did that.
Right.
Now where are your people at?
Right.
Now where they at looking out for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now what are you doing?
Right.
Because why? It ain't no lawyers to sit here and get you out of this situation. Again, not to talk about it, but it's just really what you give off, what you give back. So it was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was stupid, period. You ain't that powerful, as we know and we see. And it was stupid. And if you feel like you were that powerful, what else other than anything that you can't get back?
Yeah.
Rotten or sitting in somewhere that none of us want to be.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
None of us want to be.
You know what? Thank you for answering that. It was hard for me to say that because when I first heard that, I was just like, what the hell? But I left it alone. I didn't speak on it, but I just needed to bring that up. But switching channels here. Your dad had signed Brownside, Toker. Yeah, okay. People wanted me to ask you, fans, did you ever get a chance to meet Toker?
Look at that. That was one of the ones I did get to. But when you say memories, because we shut court when I was telling y'all about the BB gun, but here goes one. But again, see, those were memories of Eazy-E still, because let me tell you this story. We used to go to Disneyland all the time. You feel what I'm saying? Some people say, hey, when did you ever feel like you understood that your father was somebody? Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, he was daddy. But, you know, we used to go to Disneyland all the time. And when we start going and we start seeing that people were lining up to take pictures with my daddy, that was a bigger line than the rides and to pick a picture with Mickey Mouse. That's when we start saying, like, oh, damn, like, Daddy, come on, we want to get on Splash Mountain, the you know, Toontown and all that and the other, and we sit here wait and take pictures. You feel what I'm saying? And so then one time it was just always, it's just stuck in my memory. Is we wanted our picture with Mickey as a family, and other people were lined up. So, you know, my father having a heart, loving the kids, he, you know, letting people go, and sure enough, it say, look at that punk ass Mickey over there, better hurry up, Holmes. You feel what I'm saying? Fucking beat Mickey ass, homie. You feel what I mean? This is Toker, young as a motherfucker, with us at Disneyland. So people say, hey, when do you ever remember kicking when Toker was with us when we did family outings? Toker was with us for what? Plenty of times. Toker's been in the city hanging out with my pops plenty of times. And I just significantly remember it because why? The way he talked, being 8, 9 years old, 7 years old, like, he finna do what to Mickey? Like, what? Like, Mickey better hurry his punk ass up, homie. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we'll do it, Holmes. He's taking too long, Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Got to take a picture with the kids. Gonna fuck Mickey up. Whoa, like, what he say? Like, what? And that's Toker. That was Toker. So that's that. What do I? Toker, what? And up until his resting, man, he's always been supportive of the family, take care of the family. My sister Erica, she's been out there in Mexico with him, you know what I mean, with him and his son and his family and his wife, you know what I mean, still connected with them, you know what I mean, still go love and support, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's his family, brother, you know what I mean, God rest his soul. But Toker's been with us since we was I've been knowing Toker for 33 decades. 3 decades, bro. That's how I can really say. I'm telling you my age, but I know Toker for 3 decades. Okay, yeah, that was one thing that a lot of people wanted to ask, you know, like, hey, ask him. Because one thing, I interviewed Wicked from the Brownside. I interviewed his brother here. I interviewed Lady Benz. I interviewed a lot of people, all of them. And they all had, you know, stories. Tony G, you know, they all shared these stories. So I needed to hear your side of Toker. So people have always asked, though. Well, Toker, that's family, brother. That's family. Awesome. Now, let's talk a little bit about, if I'm correct, growing up hip-hop? Hip-hop, yeah. Okay. Growing up hip-hop. How did you get connected with that?